For the first time since 1999, a new theme park will be coming to Orlando. Set to open up in just a few years' time, Epic Universe is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious theme park projects ever designed. In this video, we will be looking at the confirmed and rumored lands and attractions that could be coming to the park, in addition to what Universal might do with all the land that they have acquired for their first major theme park project in Orlando since the Islands of Adventure. We here at Destinations Disney and Universal have found confirmed and leaked concept art, which we will show you throughout the video. And just a short disclaimer here. This video will be a mix of things that have been confirmed by Universal, as well as rumors, and I will let you know when something confirmed is being discussed, or when we are talking about things that have only been rumored and not 100% confirmed by Universal at this time. Remember, if you like this video, or if you like the content on this channel, please smash that like and subscribe button, as it would really help this new channel to grow. Now, before getting into our look at Epic Universe, let's roll the intro and hear a word from our sponsor, Majestic Vacations. Are you planning your next vacation to Disney World, Universal Orlando Resort, or both? Are you planning to travel abroad to breathtaking destinations like Antigua, Bali, or Cancun? Or maybe your next destination is to the incredible European countries like France, England, Germany, Ireland, or others. No matter where in the world your next dream vacation is, Majestic Vacations has you covered. Offering travel services of the highest quality, their experience and commitment to customer satisfaction has earned them a solid reputation in the travel industry. They make the vacation planning process simple, easy, and fun. They will get you the absolute best deals, give you the best advice, and work hard to make your dream vacation a reality. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to their website or call this number on the screen to start planning a truly memorable vacation. Majestic Vacations. Don't just dream it, book it. Location. Unlike the House of Mouse, Universal Orlando doesn't exactly have miles and miles of open space to work with. Their space is so confined, in fact, that just across the road from Jurassic Park over at Islands of Adventure, there is a high school. Behind Volcano Bay, there is a residential community. And if you live in a set of nearby apartments, you are only around 100 feet away from the back of Escape from Gringotts. I honestly never realized any of that until I conducted the research for this video, which is a testament to the excellent job that Universal has done with the space that they have. The area, which encompasses Universal Studios, City Walk, and Islands of Adventure is what is known as the North Campus and encompasses 735 acres. And while at first glance, it appears that all of the North Campus has been utilized, the fact is that Universal still has room to expand within those 735 acres in the future if they choose to do so. About 4 miles down the road from the North Campus, Universal purchased an additional 750 acres of land, which will be known as South Campus. Of those 750 acres, about 480 will be devoted to Epic Universe. Of that, 80 acres will be dedicated to the initial park and Grand Hotel, leaving Universal with plenty of room for future expansion. In order to get guests between both campuses, Universal has given some of its land back to the Orange County government so that they can build an extension to Kirkman Road. The new road will be 8 lanes wide and will have 2 dedicated bus lanes in the center, which will be utilized by the Universal shuttle buses. So with just 80 acres being dedicated to the initial park, what franchises can we expect to see within the initial theme lands of Epic Universe? To look at the lands, we need to take a look at the only concept art which Universal has released for the park. As you can see, there is a lot to unpack here. To start with, we can see an incredible entrance, which kind of reminds me of a combination of the archway entrance to Universal Studios with the port of entry that we see over at the Islands of Adventure. This entryway will obviously house the turnstiles as well as a main path, much like we see with Main Street USA over at the Magic Kingdom. And that is because this park will have a different design than the other 2 Universal parks in Orlando. With the other parks, you are pretty much thrust right into one of the lands as soon as you get through the entrance. At Universal, for example, as soon as you enter the park, you are right in Production Central. And at Islands of Adventure, you are right inside Marvel Superhero Island as soon as you get through the entrance. Epic Universe will utilize a spoke and wheel design, much like we see at Magic Kingdom, with one central hub at the center and all the various lands branching out from that central location. However, unlike at Magic Kingdom, each of the lands will be completely separate from one another, meaning that you cannot travel from one land to the next without first returning to the main hub. This can be good and bad. On one hand, this means that guests will be using the same paths and walkways, which would cause a lot of congestion. On the other hand, this will help to make guests feel fully immersed in the various lands, adding to the illusion of entering a completely different world. It's a risky idea by Universal, and time will tell once the park opens how guests react and respond to this layout. Another huge difference between this layout and the layout for Magic Kingdom is with the way that the main hub is laid out. Or should I say, the main hubs. From the concept art, there are actually 3 main hubs, each one separated by a body of water. At Magic Kingdom, we all know that Main Street USA is towered over by the iconic Cinderella's Castle. Here at Epic Universe, you will notice that it also has a huge building towering over the main hubs. But instead of this being a castle, this building is actually a hotel located right inside the theme park. Now, this idea of having a hotel directly in the park is a new concept for Orlando, but is not a new concept to Universal or Disney. Disneyland Paris has a hotel inside the park, as does Universal Studios Beijing and Tokyo Disney Resort. Both parks have seen success with this concept overseas, so it was only a matter of time before this idea was brought to Orlando. Universal has not confirmed this, but I would suspect that guests staying at the hotel will have a direct entrance into Epic Universe, which is why the walkways exist in the concept art. Just be aware that overseas, the hotel inside the resort is typically the most luxurious hotel, and as part of that is also the most expensive. And I would expect that this hotel will be no different. Taking a closer look at the different hubs, the hub closest to the hotel has a huge fountain outside of it, which just screams the idea of a nighttime spectacular. The middle hub looks as though it has a carousel or teacup ride of some type, and the hub farthest from the hotel appears to be a shopping and dining area. In total, this central hub is looking to be around 25 acres in size. That is roughly 24 times bigger than Main Street USA, which is just under an acre in size. If we even go so far as to include the castle and surrounding area as part of Main Street USA, that comes in at around 13 total acres. So the hub at Epic Universe will be nearly double the size of that. The hub is the biggest area of the park, so Universal is investing a lot of real estate into this, and time will tell how that works out. Now moving on to the 5 lands, we do have some confirmed and some rumored. Starting with what is confirmed, Super Nintendo World will be coming to Orlando. Universal has seen success with this land over in Japan, which encouraged them to clone it for Epic Universe. Within Super Nintendo World, there will be a Mario Land. With a Mario Kart augmented reality based ride, and a kid-based Omnimover ride called Yoshi's Adventure, both of which will be essentially the same as their Japan counterparts. Now for the rumors. There is a rumor that there will also be a Donkey Kong area, much like the Donkey Kong Land expansion that is currently under construction in Japan and is expected to have a unique roller coaster type ride where guests will be in a mine cart, and the mine cart will seemingly ascend to different levels. I would say that the Donkey Kong Land expansion is highly likely, as like I said, Epic Universe has plenty of space within the park. Another land that is rumored is a land based upon the Universal Studios monsters. If this is true, longtime Universal fans such as myself will be overjoyed because the monsters really haven't had a presence in Universal Studios since the closing of the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review. As far as where this land will be, if we look at the concept drawing and go to the land directly next to the hotel on the left, we see what looks like a village area, and this is where I would guess that the Universal Monsters area will be. I would expect at least one dark ride in this area, and there should also be a show in this area, which will be evident by the amphitheater in the concept art. However, this land is also rumored to instead be a Wizarding World of Harry Potter expansion, and while I feel that this is unlikely, I could personally see this land as being part of that. I could actually see the amphitheater being a Quidditch World Cup show or ride, but that's only my guess, and there is no data or anything to back that up whatsoever. The much more likely location of a Wizarding World of Harry Potter expansion is on the right side of the hotel. None of this is confirmed, and the only land that is confirmed is Super Nintendo World. However, it would be very unlikely that with the huge success Universal has seen with the Wizarding World, that an expansion to it would not be included inside Epic Universe, either with the initial lands or in a future expansion. That said, there are a lot of rumors swirling around about what the Wizarding World expansion will be based upon if one is included in Epic Universe. The rumor with the most traction is a Ministry of Magic ride or experience, and as we can see with this particular land, there is a huge building encompassing much of the area. My guess would be that the entire land will be based inside of the Ministry of Magic, with shops and restaurants either inside the Ministry or in the small outer area, and a major ride or attraction located within the Ministry alongside some type of stage show. There's also speculation that this land could be based on the Fantastic Beasts franchise. In the Fantastic Beasts movies, we did see the French Ministry of Magic, but the Fantastic Beasts franchise has had mixed reviews from Harry Potter fans, so it will be interesting to see if Universal decides to go that route. In my opinion, it is much more likely that this land will be based on the British Ministry of Magic, which we have seen throughout all the original Harry Potter films. The next land is rumored to be a space-themed land of some type, complete with dining and a dueling type roller coaster, which, if true, would make myself and others who have been going to these parks for many years very happy, as many of us miss the Dueling Dragons coaster from Islands of Adventure. If a dueling coaster is indeed returning to Universal Parks, it will be interesting to see if it will be exactly like Dueling Dragons, or if they will integrate newer technology into this coaster, which could potentially make it even better than the long-lost favorite from the Lost Continent's glory days. The last land is also the largest land in the park and is rumored to be based on the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. The concept art shows a roller coaster going around the northern part of the land, as well as a small boat ride, another flat type ride, and also a kid-friendly playground, along with some sort of show building. Now, after all 5 of these lands, there is still space left unaccounted for. I would guess that a few additional hotels will be constructed, as well as a designated parking area. After taking all that into account, there are still 5 plots of land which could be used for future expansions of the park. Another interesting aspect of this park is that there is 110 acres in the back of the park which could be utilized for management offices. Now, this is significant because if Universal does indeed do this, they could effectively close the management offices located in both Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, which would open up the possibility for those parks to expand in the future as well. Now, in keeping with that, there are also rumors swirling that an attraction that was originally projected to be part of Epic Universe will instead be added to Diagon Alley, and it is rumored to be a virtual reality based attraction. If this is true, then Universal is clearly going to use its best franchise to test out newer ride technology, which at face value could become one of the best rides in the world. But again, this is only rumored and nothing has been confirmed by Universal as of the making of this video. So that essentially wraps up everything that is confirmed and rumored to be part of Epic Universe. The last question I'm sure we all have is, when is this new and incredible theme park going to open? Epic Universe was originally supposed to open in 2023. However, the pandemic saw construction on the park stall for months. Construction did finally start up again and has been ongoing for the past few months. Here are some of the latest photographs of the construction progress. This first photo shows the Kirkman extension, which we previously mentioned was land Universal sold back to Orange County in order to create the 4-lane road, which includes a lane for Universal buses. At the top of this next photo is the backstage area, which is in front of Sand Lake Road. This next photo is a copy of the approved building permit which Universal filed for in order to construct the backstage area, including the electrical work. As you can see from the permit, the backstage area alone will cost Universal over $360,000. Finally, these last 2 photographs show track pieces for what we here at Destinations Disney and Universal believe are the Yoshi's Adventure Omnimover ride in Super Nintendo World. Now, Universal has not given any update on the estimated completion date, which means that officially we still have to go on the original date which they gave us of 2023. However, Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings stated that he believes the opening date is more likely to be 2025. The mayor also said that the park will create around 14,000 new jobs within Orange County and thousands more jobs throughout the construction. So, this is obviously a very exciting time for us Disney and Universal fans, as this will be the first major theme park either company has constructed in Orlando in over 20 years. Islands of Adventure was obviously a huge success for Universal, and I would expect that Epic Universe may push Universal over the top in the Orlando theme park war, causing Universal to completely surpass Disney World in terms of being the #1 theme park resort in Orlando. Don't get me wrong, I love Disney World, but even as a Disney fan, I have to be completely honest and say that Universal is rapidly passing them. Disney has just seemingly lost its focus when it comes to new rides and attractions, and Universal has taken advantage of that. This will now give Universal 3 theme parks compared to Disney's 4. Obviously, we're not including the water parks here. That said, I would argue that potentially the overall quality of the 3 which Universal will have, assuming of course that Epic Universe comes as advertised, could be better than the Disney 4 combined. I think that the IPs which Universal is rumored to be integrating into Epic Universe are excellent overall, and they have something for everybody. You have another Wizarding World expansion for the Harry Potter fans, Super Nintendo World for the gamers, and for the longtime Universal fans, the classic monsters make their long-awaited return to the theme parks. Back when Islands of Adventure opened, the park showcased the latest technology, which still wows guests to this day. And it will be exciting to see the new technology that will be integrated into Epic Universe. That said, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and if there are any topics that you would like us to cover in a future video, please tell us about it in the comments section below. Thanks for watching everyone, and we will see you next time.